Welcome, my people. I'll be doing two trades breakdown of two trades which was taken on EURUSD. They were both buy trades. One was a win and one was a loss. So before getting into the chart and explaining the reason why we took the trade and how we took the trade, I would like to always start, like always, in explaining my system. So let's get into my system first of all, so you guys can have a view of my system. So like every other buy setup, each time I'm trying to look for a buy setup, I focus on three concepts, which is market structure, liquidity, demand zones. Okay, looking at this system, what am I expecting before I get into this trade here? This is what is supposed to happen before I enter this trade. Simply put, I should be able to notice some form of market structure while price is selling to the downside. And as price is selling to the downside, you should be able to sweep out previous liquidities which must have been formed here in the past. And upon price hitting a demand zone formed on a higher time frame, I should be able to see a reaction which will be able to push price to the upside to break the previous high to form a higher high. Once we see price breaking above this previous high here to form this higher high, it's simply telling us that that is a change of structure to the upside, telling us that there's a possibility for the market to retrace and continue to buy upwards. So once due to this reaction pushing price upward to form a break of structure, we should be able to spot another demand zone here formed on a lower time frame. And due to that, we are expecting price to retrace while forming some sort of liquidity and to enter our zone. And once price is able to do exactly that and come into our zone, we will now be looking for buying opportunities within this demand zone formed on the lower time frame, guys. So that is simply the concept which I'm trying to use here. Let's get back into the charts. Going back into the chart, it was very simple. If we look at price from this highest point to this lowest point, you guys will be able to understand this is where my analysis started from. I'm on the 30-minute time frame. I'm looking price from this point to this point. First of all, remember the concept which I told you guys. Each time we see a candlestick formed like this, where the length of the candle wick, this is the length of the candle wick, is far more in length than the length of the candle body. It's what I call inefficient price action, and there's a probability that price might come in the future to fill out this candle wick to at least 50%. Yeah, this is why this is actually price inefficiency based on my constellation and based on my own concept. This is actually price inefficiency. When we see a candlestick where the length of the candle wick is far more greater than the length of candle body, so in the future price might come down to fill that candle wick to at least 50%. But okay, in this case, what was happening? Yet let me scale into the 50-minute time frame once more. Into the 15-minute time frame, it was very simple. Price was coming down. As price was coming down, price created it struck a low here, which went up to create this high. Is that a low which created this high? Price broke to the downside, which created this lower low, and in creating the lower low, this weak, this inefficient price action here was corrected by this move to balance the price action. And upon that, we are expecting as price is coming back up, it should create another lower low because it has created a low, which created a lower high, which created a lower low. We're expecting to create a lower high. But since this area, this previous lower high was violated in the sense that price did not respect the structure to the downside, but actually market structure, there was a break of structure to the upside. It was telling us that there's a possibility of price to start buying. There's a possibility of price to start buying. So now we are no longer looking for a sell, we are now looking for a buy. Based on that, we're expecting price to come to this and guys, look at, during this change of structure, price left a demand zone. This is a 50-minute demand zone within here, and at the same time, it's a 30-minute demand zone, guys. So because of that, what are we expecting? We're expecting that since price has broken structure to the upside, it should be able to consolidate and retrace and form some sort of liquidity, which will enable us to be able to get the opportunity to enter a trade. Looking at this system, what happened? Price started moving up, moving up, moving up, moving up. So let me delete this trade. I will explain first about this trade, the first trade which I took, which was a loss. So price started moving up, creating some structures here. Price created this liquidity in the form of ASEAN high and ASEAN low. And remember the concept of liquidity, which I always tell you guys. Liquidity ASEAN high and ASEAN lows are considered liquidity zones. So during the London or New York session, price will always do its best, struggle or fight to be able to take out the ASEAN high liquidity and the ASEAN low liquidity. And since the ASEAN high liquidity here was taken out, it was taken out to fill out this week. We're expecting also the ASEAN low liquidity to be taken out, and price came down. What were actually, I was expecting something like a change of structure here. I was expecting normally something like a change of structure here to give us back a reaction for us to sell and sweep out this liquidity. But price started dumping, started dropping without giving us what we were expecting. So based on that, price came down, took the liquidity, and since on the overall trend here, we are looking for a buy. Since price is standing up from this area that it's about to buy, we saw an opportunity on the 5-minute time frame. Going back to the 5-minute time frame was very simple, guys. It was very simple. Once this Asian high liquidity was taken out, if we look at this trade from the 15-minute perspective, guys, after this liquidity was taken, all this area is empty. I don't see any other form of liquidity within this area. So my bias is, since it has taken liquidity here, normally we're expecting it to mitigate here, but we saw a change of structure within the 5-minute time frame. If we go back to the 5-minute time frame, you guys will see clearly what I'm talking about. Within the 5-minute time frame, this is what I saw. Market came back here, created this low. At the time it created this low, it has not yet taken out this liquidity. If you guys, this is the low, it has not yet taken out. Then this low from here, price pushed downwards to work this smaller structure to form a lower low, which was able to sweep out the liquidity. And after that, we saw a change of structure to the upside, leaving this 5-minute order block. So as price left this 5-minute order block and started dumping, what was my idea? My idea was simple. I'm expecting to take a buy here and target my profit up here. You understand? Because we have seen this change of structure telling us price might start buying from here rather than here. And why was I targeting to take a profit here? If we go back to the 30-minute time frame, and it's clearly visible on the 1 hour time frame. If you go back to the 1 hour time frame, you guys will see an inefficiency in price action. Like I told you guys, once we see a candlestick formed like this, where the length of if you guys look at the length of this candle wick, this is the candle wick from year to year, it is far more in length than the length of this candle wick. So there's high probability that in the future price might move up to be able to fill out this inefficient price action within this candle wick. That is the reason why I decided to take the trade and put my take profit here. Unfortunately, it was a loss. It was actually a loss here. Since I did lose the trade here, I was waiting for my second entry, and immediately price came into my second entry. And I told it price came into my second entry here, and that's where I was able to actually make profit from the trade. So this is actually this is actually an example of my setup, and this was the trade I took. This There was a change of character here, which gave us our first entry, which failed, and I used my second entry, and it was actually profitable because I was targeting that inefficient price action. So thanks, guys. This is the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being patient. Thanks for trying to understand the system. I pray you guys must have learned something and continue to learn something from my trade recap videos. Comment, like, and share. Stay blessed and stay safe.